Do you hate working a 9 to 5? Me too. I've got a massive lifetime goal that I've set myself, but the stepping stone towards that is getting out of a 9 to 5 and being able to work for myself and live life on my terms. I've loads of failed projects under my belt, so I want to start doing something different, trying out different ideas, and also testing the water in different markets to see if that can help me get to my initial goal of quitting my job. So to start, I'm going to be fishing in a pond that's potentially got 472 million customers, and I'm going to be sharing what I'm learning building that product and then trying to get it out to the world. Okay, so what's the new project, the new product idea that I've come up with that has a potential to reach 472 million people? Well, it's a WordPress plugin. So why haven't I done WordPress plugins before? Well, it's mainly because I haven't had a headache, I don't think, with WordPress that I really wanted to cure. But that's changed recently. So I'm not a massive fan of the term personal brand, but I do believe that if you've got a website, a blog, that's yours, that your name's on it, regardless of what project, what you're working on, there's always going to be this home base, your home website for you, and that you'll be able to direct people to, no matter what you're talking about, what project you're working on, or what products and services you're trying to get out into the world. And the common trend with a lot of the big creators is to build up a list of email addresses, and then you can sell stuff directly to them over and over again. So it's something I'm trying to focus on my personal blog. Check it out, philh.co.uk. And I'm using a lot of blogging and SEO and using social media to get people to my website. But how can I convert them visitors into email subscribers, people that are going to hear from it again and again? And what you can do on your website is you normally embed a form in there to subscribe, a special page for newsletter signups only, but it's still not quite sticky. There's still a bit of friction that people have to go through to give their email address, and it's maybe not front and center all the time. If they're focused on reading one of the blog posts that you've put out, they might not think or notice your call to actions to try and get people to subscribe to your newsletter. And one of the other projects that I'm working on, we've recently done an AppSumo launch. So my B2B SaaS product is called Elementary Analytics. And a few months ago, we went live on AppSumo. And one of the cool things about an AppSumo listing is the little Control B button that appears on the sidebar. And the call to action to this Control B is to buy now. So it's a quick way to get people to the purchase page. And I just loved that. I also saw another website where they use Control S to get people to subscribe, but I wanted to try that on my own website. Now, when you're starting out, yes, you could go and look for a solution. If you don't have a successful project yet, you're trying to make money, you're trying to escape the 9-5, you need to start looking at opportunities and see what you can do to build for yourself that might get you there. So instead of trying to look for a plugin to do this for me, the little Control S to a subscribe, can I build it for myself? And can I do things differently in terms of pricing models, customer support, what we're offering, that puts a differentiator out there in the plugin market and allows me to start growing an income stream and maybe turn it into a little WordPress startup with the end goal of quitting my job. One of the ideas behind this is recently from a book launch by Noah Kagan, who is the founder of AppSumo. And he's written this amazing book called The $1 Million Weekend, where he talks about getting ideas out there and getting paying customers. I'm trying to learn from my previous mistakes and see if I can get something out before I've even built it. So this is what this YouTube video is about, trying to get myself and my product front and center before I've even written a line of code and see if people are interested. One of the things I'm going to go against the advice from the book is I'm going to have to build something to get it in front of people because I want to try and do things slightly differently. I'm going to have to be able to fill the supply if there is any demand. And that's what I'm going to be doing on this channel, is sort of live streaming me building out the product, the landing page, to try and get a little bit of interest, and also then try and figure out the best way to promote the product and try and get paying customers as soon as possible. And I'm going to give a big shout out to Gary Vaynerchuk here, also known as Gary V. A lot of advice I see from business influencers is they say focus on one project and just grow that. I saw something recently from Gary V where he was just saying, I've had 2 business ideas just on the way over to this conference today, and I'll probably start executing on one of them. And he started listing the companies that he's founded and the companies that he's CEO of or is involved with. And it got me thinking, if that's what my interest is, trying different little things and seeing what's happening and being able to switch between the projects. If it's good enough for Gary Vee, then it's good enough for me. So what is the WordPress plugin going to do? So I'm trying to come up with one feature that just solves a problem. For me, that's getting subscribers into my email list from my website. So it's just going to be a little widget that you can put on your WordPress site. They'll pop up with the goal to get people to subscribe to a newsletter. And I'm thinking about it from a point of view of different pricing tiers where you can save the details inside WordPress itself. or you can start linking it to third-party email providers and then link it to the automation flows that they've got in these providers, which just makes it easier for you to communicate with people that are finding you online. I've actually come up with a name with a plugin as well already. I'm going to call it Super Sub. Sub, short for subscribers. And I'm a massive football fan, and there is a term in the football world, not soccer, football, called Super Sub. So if you've got a player that you bring on for the last 10 minutes of a game and he always scores you a goal, he gets nicknamed Super Sub. So I'm gonna steal the phrase, and I'm going to be calling my plugin Super Sub. It would mean a lot if you subscribe to my channel and you can follow along watching my journey building this WordPress plugin, seeing how I'm getting on with it, using AI and other tools to fast track the build, and also to see the best way to get it out to market and start getting paying customers.